grabbing lick for blues, rock, and R&B in the key of A major. I can find it adjacent to the BB's box position. I can also find it in my main position of the major pentatonic scale for the 4 chord. And if I'm jamming in the minor blues scale position, I can also find it for the 5 chord. Back to the 4 if I'm finishing up a blues, and then back home to the key of A. Let's break that down. Okay, taking a closer look at the fretboard, getting this lick down, we're going to start off learning it over the A chord. Okay, imagining that we're playing over top of a blues in the key of A, but keep in mind this lick is going to be very useful across different genres. Okay, so let's learn how to play it for the 1 chord to start off. Right now I'm holding a position that's A major played as a C shape. So I'm literally just taking my C chord, transposing it up to the key of A, changing up the fingers and barring, and I have an A major chord. Now, within this position, we also have the major scale. We have its simplified version, the major pentatonic. And we also have the very commonly used blues soloing position, BB's box. All right, right there in that position, we have the opportunity to outline the 1 chord in the key of A, A major, by throwing in this really sweet arpeggio lick. Okay, so the lick in its very most basic form sounds like this. All right, let's get that down first. I'm grabbing the 9th fret of the high E string, 10th fret B, 9th fret of the G string with the index finger, stretching my pinky out to the 12th fret D string. Then I'm going minor 3rd to major 3rd. That was the 10th fret going up to the 11th fret on the D string. And then finding a nice harmony for it, the root of the lick, which is going to be the 10th fret of the B string, an A note. Okay, so you put that together and we have. Okay, you can slide up into it. All right, beautiful soulful lick right there. So the next time you're jamming in the BB's box, you can always use this as a nice little escape route. Okay, you can take that harmony down a whole step too. Now, we can spruce this up a little bit by throwing in some chromatics. Okay, just like that, playing 9, 10, 11, 12, then throwing in the lick. Okay, another thing that I like to do is to throw in an ascending arpeggio, followed by the chromatics. So that was 9th fret of the G string, 11, 10 on the B, 9 on the high E, ascending chromatically, and then throwing in the arpeggio lick. You put that together and we have. Sometimes I like to sweep it. And real slow. Okay, so there it is for the 1 chord, A major. Now, if you want to apply it to the 4 chord or the 5 chord in this key, D major and E major, it's going to be the same principle. You can take that little C shape major triad position down to the key of D, and there, sitting inside it, is the D major chord in its garden variety position right there in the open position. Okay, you can arpeggiate it the exact same way. So 2, 3, 2, 5, slide up to 4 on the D, and then resolve this time on the D note, D chord, D note, 3rd fret of the B string. Now this is very, very convenient because it's going to sit right in this very common soloing position, the G position of the A major pentatonic scale. Or you can look at it as the full major. Okay, so if you're playing in that position, and the 4 chord comes in, you can start that lick right off of the F sharp note, the major third of the chord. Okay, you can apply the exact same tricks. Okay, perfect for the 4 chord D major or D7. Now, if you take that up one whole step, you're going to have a lick for the 5 chord in the key of A, E major. Now this sits in a very convenient location right next to the minor blues scale, or also the major pentatonic scale in E position. But if you're a blues rock guitar player, then you're probably spending a lot of time in this minor pentatonic or minor blues scale position. Just know that if you're soloing there, you can always take the root note down 1/2 step to find the major third of E major. Okay, so the next time you find yourself jamming in that minor pentatonic or minor blues scale, and you hear the 5 chord coming in the progression, just take that root note back 1/2 step and let it rip. Okay, so that basically sums this up. If you're playing over top of the 1 chord, maybe you're playing in BB's box position. All right, if you're familiar with that shape, just know that you can slide back and arpeggiate that A major chord there. All right, and remember, there's so many different variations to this lick. All right, maybe you're playing in major pentatonic scale. This lick is still very useful because you can use it right here on the 2nd fret to arpeggiate the 4 chord D major or D7. And then you can take it up a whole step. Maybe you're playing in the minor pentatonic scale. Mixing in some major notes. And the 5 chord comes in. All right, maybe you go back to the 4 chord. And then back to the 1. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this will inspire some original ideas. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And remember, you can find tabs. And I'm also going to put together a sound slice for today's lesson at patreon.com/Swiftlessons. Enjoy your practice.